What's good, my YouTube family? And I'm back with another video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Everything is in the description.
Down below.
Facebook, Snapchat,
Instagram.
and whatever the hell else. Okay? Remember to hit that bell so every time we upload, you can be the first to witness greatness. So yeah. Alright, we're a little bit delayed today. It's T. It's T. It's Shorty.
Yeah.
We always fuck that up, but
Right.
then we wouldn't be us. So today's video is about exes, okay? And I wasn't gonna make this video. I was really contemplating about making this video, but it needs to be made because there's clearly some things that needs to be discussed. So I made a video the other day about cheating, and there was some people, I guess, that felt some kind of way towards the video that I made. Strongly. Mad. So I just wanted to get on here and address it. I wasn't, but I am, because it's me, and I am. So, basically, long story short, there's this ex that I used to date, back like 2-3 years ago. He wasn't really my type in the beginning. It was kind of one of those connections that kind of just happened, and you kind of fall with it and go with it, and it's like whatever. So we was in a real sticky situation because of where we was working, and so we kind of like kept things cool and cordial, whatever. But as everyone knows, that looks can be deceiving, and you can never judge a book by its cover, and I did that massively. And what I like to, something I seen on Facebook today, someone shared a post and it said, people love to talk about a reaction, but never about what triggered the reaction. You get what I'm saying? Listen to that again. And I'm here to just clear that air, you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah. So anyway, we was talking, dating, whatever, things was cool, calm, collective, whatever. We both started the same. We both started down, like pay grade down, uniform down, face down, everything down. And we just built each other up. Or at least I thought we was just building each other up, at the time. And it came to a point where I felt like the relationship was more of a competition than anything. Like who worked more, who made more money, who gave more to the relationship, who contributed more to the relationship. It just really just became about that. And I'm the type of person, like, I don't like for people to forget where they came from or where they started from. And that ex was one of those people who is a great example of they forget where they came from. And like to look down on people, belittle people, and just not, just not take ownership over what they do. Like, everyone just tries to switch, and that's all exes and people in general. Everyone just tries to switch everything around, flop everything back and forth, but never like to take blame or accountability for their actions. But if the shoe's on the other foot and it's about you, everyone has everything to say. But long story short, there was some cheating in that relationship. I was the cheater. And I'm not saying that it was the right thing to do, but also people, again, need to take accountability into why things happen. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing is that this relationship was on the rocks for a while. Like, he didn't have freedom. He couldn't go out. Okay, he couldn't be out past like 8 p.m. Like, he couldn't spend nights out. There's just things that he couldn't do that I had set goals for, like, like building together, like, let's build this shit together, let's do it together, and it just came more of like a competition of who makes more money or who's contributing to the relationship more, who's texting who more, who's calling who more, like, and it was just too much. It was too much. My biggest issue was the relationship with his mother. Like, it was just bad all around the board. But again, when people don't like you, and remember me to this day when I say this, when people don't like you, they don't just like you for no reason. There's somebody around the person saying something about you negatively or talking about you negatively to a person, and they go off that perception. Like, there's plenty of people that, she used to be friends with that I really don't fuck with, because it's like, you know, certain shit that was told to me, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa. Situations I told her was shit that I told to her, so she can only not like somebody off of what I tell her. You get what I'm saying? She's not just gonna not like anybody just for no reason. Like, it's always a motive behind the situation, and I was just feeling that all the way around the board. There was no communication, there was no texting, all like that, no phone calls. He couldn't talk on the phone. The time his mother came in the room, he had to hang up. Like, just crazy stuff. And it's like, then you build these trust issues in a relationship, because, you know, there was times where I want him to come over, he can't come over, you know, and it comes to a point where you just kind of just fall back, and you just kind of like seek interest elsewhere because you don't feel appreciated. Not only that, there's a person that treats you like you're this and they're this, when in all actuality they started right down here where you was at. So, you know, that was the whole reason the relationship didn't work, and these things happened or whatever. And this was over about 3 years ago that this happened. Like, you know, we moved on with our lives. Like, we have whole kids and our lives in a whole another different direction. But, assuming off the video that I posted yesterday, I feel like, I guess, he felt the need to say something because he's still stuck on...
Stupid. No, he's still stuck in the past.
He's still stuck in the past, you know?
You gotta move on. Move forward.
Like, and I'm not...
She moved on. People move on.
Yeah, and there was like so much more to the situation. Like, people like to run around and they like to call people, you know, bad for making other decisions or talking to other people or doing this or doing that. But like, let's get to the real root of the problem of why didn't you stop what was making the person even consider cheating? Why keep doing things that you know was unhealthy for a relationship to have someone just find that love or that feeling or that emotion or that care elsewhere? And my whole thing is, if you was doing it right the first time, then the person wouldn't have to go off and look in other directions. There's plenty more to that, you know what I'm saying? And I take ownership. I can take ownership over the things that I do, and that's what I'm doing now with you guys, my lovely viewers. But nobody's an angel, nobody's perfect. We're all human, we all make mistakes, we all live it, pay for it, regret it, we move on. And that's what I thought was in the situation. But, you know, since he felt the need that this needed to be out in the public and people needed to know, which I still didn't really get into serious detail because I just don't like to, you know, embarrass anybody. But
and it's nobody's business.
And it's nobody's business but me and him. So I'm not going to go out here and air out all his dirty laundry and shit like that. But I just put out, like, you know, my response to his comment to my cheating video. And this is the answer. Like, you know, like, things just wasn't going right. Like, our families wasn't getting along. They was always fighting. His mother was always arguing with my mother. My mother was always arguing with his mother. Like, it just got too unhealthy. And I sought love elsewhere. And, you know, that's just, I mean, it happens. I've apologized, I paid for it, you know, and he still feels like he wants to jump in my life at certain parts and say his little, whatever it is he has to say, he wants to jump in and out. And those are the people that, when 2020 comes around, y'all need to just X them out. This X is for a reason. Exes are X's for a reason, number one. And this is the main part of the video. Exes is X's for a reason. If y'all not together, if the shit didn't work out, I'm not saying people can't change. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, if things happen in a relationship, whether it be infidelity, whether it be cheating, whether it be lying or being dishonest or too controlling, which was another problem in that past relationship. Like, niggas was trying to control me too hard, and I wasn't rocking like that. But, you know, but that's things that actually happen on a day-to-day basis. People get crazy, you know, or like, they get like power surges, like they have to be in control. And that's not the way a relationship should be, you know? But if you're ex with them, or you was the one that had to leave that person, then whatever the situation or the circumstance may be, then it's their ex for a reason. Because you wouldn't have made them ex if there wasn't a reason behind it. So, anything you have to say, Miss Madam?
So, because of the video,
Listen, please don't knock on my phone.
an ex slid in my inbox.
It's hot in here, y'all.
It is very hot. So, whatever.
That's crazy.
We were good. Our relationship was good at first, as it always is with any other relationship. It always goes good until it goes bad. We were good up to a certain point. I was there, there for him, bought him shit. Always wanted to spend time with him, vice versa. Yeah, so whatever. He slid in my inbox. I don't even know what to say. God. Shit just like completely left. But whatever. What I technically was gonna say is they always try to come back and, like she said, an ex is an ex for a reason. You move on, you move forward, and
if that person can't move on, then that's not your problem. If you've already apologized for every mishap in a relationship, whether you was the cause or not, if you've already tried to build friendships with this person and this person cannot just let the past go, then you need to kind of just cancel that person like a concert. Like, just cancel the whole thing. Just call it off. Just reschedule it for another day. Just cancel it, because that's not something you need in your life. It's someone that can't.
Yeah, you just don't need.
That just dwells on the old and not the new. Like Negative Nancy. Y'all ever heard of Negative Nancy? Negative Nancy. That's like, how people are. Ew, you stink.
Yeah, so basically, the moral of this video, it's just an ex is an ex. Move forward. You don't need no negative shit. Like she said, an ex is an ex for a reason. At the end of the day, they figure that they love you and care for you at the end when it's too late, and you just keep moving. You just
like if the offense wasn't that wrong, where you feel like it can be reconnectable. We're not getting on here saying fuck all your exes.
Right.
If you feel like it could be reconnectable and like y'all just had a bond that's just like ridiculous, then do that. Work on that. You know what I'm saying? But like, look out for the red flags. Like, have your boundaries set. You know what I'm saying? Like, very high. You know what I'm saying? And just don't put your wall down so quick again. Like, just kind of just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if there's just some exes that they're just narcissistic, they're just controlling, stubborn, like just all in themselves and stuff, just to hell with them.
You don't need them. You don't need them.
You don't need them. They're exes for a reason, and don't bring them back into your energy. That's gonna fuck up all your positive energy. You gotta keep people out your energy, the negative Nancy's out of your energy. You get what I'm saying? Just cancel.
Stay
like
focused
Christmas.
and keep the positive people around you. What I was gonna say is he thought he was slick at a certain time at the end of our relationship, and he was trying to talk to other people.